Ooh. Okay, let's get caught up here. Mikey Weeks went. Oops. Sorry. Mikey Smith. I don't know why I said Mikey Weeks. Again. Mikey Smith went to the observatory. Somebody was waiting there. I don't know if this is the reason, but I sent an email a couple days ago telling them that Mikey Smith was on the way, but they were told him not to come in because they don't want him being a nuisance as he usually is, and there's no problem with coming in with an alternate theory. It's just the attitude that he has and the language that he uses. But the police were called in and told him not to come in because he has a history of being a nuisance, and that he shouldn't have his cell phone on the dashboard because it's against the law to have that there. So he's moved it down. Now he's off to go into the bars, and we'll see how. I saw parts of this last night, or early this morning, so I know what basically some of the stuff that's going to happen. It's nothing bad. It's just people talking to him. But my view is, if you have a history of going to a place and being a nuisance, you should be expected not to be asked not to come back in.
We're a little too early for the clubs, guys, but we'll see. Yeah, we're way too early. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, so. This guy's bugging me. I gotta get up and off my back. Fine. I did not fall.
Okay, I'm going to say something else here. I know some people wouldn't have sent a message to the university because they want to get content out of the interaction between Mikey and the university. But I feel kind of differently than most people in the debunking space, because this is, I don't know. I studied astronomy for a while, so I take this a little bit more seriously than some others. But yeah, I'm sorry if I ruined everybody's content, but that's just the way it is. Oh, la 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 la. Sorry.
Let's go to McDonald's. The one doesn't work. Oh well. Get another one. It might be because of the rain. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe by driving around, bouncing around, maybe we'll get it going.
Yeah, maybe it's just a loose wire, but that's. I was banging it and stuff, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, oh well, whatever. Where's... told the cop number 143 that he would be taking a I told the cop I was taking a shit later. Well, seriously, what the fuck? Who cares what I'm doing later? What are you doing later? Leave me the fuck alone. I'll do whatever I want. Within the law, obviously. It's too bad.
Mikey has a tendency to anger people. As said in the seen in the previous video, there's a music video where he was saying some rude comments to a bunch of teenage girls, and a guy popped out and tried to deck him. Okay, you should not hit people, but he has a tendency to anger people. So, letting no one what he's up to is probably a good thing.
Sound doesn't work.
Just have to make sure we drive on this plane.
Yeah, oh well, at least there's some of it lit up. That's too bad, because if it should come off easy. It's just, if not, I'll put another one up there. Who cares?
But Bob ordered you that, right?
Yeah, that's all right. No biggie. I never had one before, so what does it matter?
Yeah, see what kind of trouble you can cause down here.
Do you think number 143 is thinking about Mikey taking a steamy dump right now? I'm taking a dump, taking a piss, go to McDonald's.
What did he say he was doing? He was working.
He's working.
Oh, what did he-
I don't have to fucking tell him what I'm doing. What's your name? What citizen? You don't need to know my name. It's on the fucking billboard.
he's thinking he was working.
Why, what's wrong with my seatbelt? I wear one.
There's probably a file on Mikey. He's been, let me see, in the last month, he's been to an RCMP office twice. Once because somebody stole signs off his vehicle, and the RCMP told him he should expect that kind of stuff by doing this. And I don't know if he went to an office, but there was a write-up for the punching incident. So he's probably fairly well known in the cop community in Saskatchewan. Probably not known as a major crime lord, but just as a general cause of mischief.
The Globe Police never sleeps. Oh, we should take a cruise over to that other one just to see if it's going.
Sure.
Too. Because this one, nobody's lining up yet. I will give it 20 minutes. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm standing outside with my sign.
That was the one he flew.
Sad that side doesn't work. You go start working out for a while. Long story, well, just comes to the corner and that's it. Let's get this going the right way this time. I'll just put it right there. What? Oh, easy. Come, I can prove it easily. Ah, it's silly. My one. Okay, what do I want to get here? Let's get this. Of course, someone's in that spot. I'm gonna back her into that. Nothing stupid there. But
That's a big truck. Oh.
see, and of course the side doesn't stay that way, you know. I'll go forward you. Lots of, we got good communication there. How's the back going, guys? Mikey almost gets tased. How you doing, man?
I would just like to hear.
Yeah.
So why do you think I heard this flat? Do you guys have any reasoning behind
Oh
it?
yeah, exactly. We've been programmed to think we're gonna ball.
Yeah.
By all the movies we go see, Universal Pictures shows us the globe. That's not even a real globe. That's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's generated by a computer. Okay, so they keep feeding that to you, so the brainwash you to think you're on a spinning ball.
Yeah.
You're not spinning right now. You're totally stationary.
Okay.
And water remains level when it rests. We use it as a
We just don't feel the spinning because our bodies are used to the spinning kind of thing. We're just not designed to pick up the spinning. When we detect motion, it's usually due to an acceleration or a change in direction. So since we're always spinning, it's not really relevant to what we need to know about the world.
leveling tool when we build in construction.
Yeah.
So everything that we build is on a level. We don't add in curvature.
Yeah.
The highway between here and Toronto is level.
Yeah.
Where's the miles of curvature that
Yeah.
you don't?
What is it say? For 1 degree of curvature, it takes 69 miles. So, building a building, you wouldn't need to take into account the curvature of the Earth. That's why they're built level. So, it has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. Well, it does, but it's just the shape of the Earth is so large compared to the building that you don't have to take it into account.
You can see with your own two eyes.
So, why do you think they would make us think the Earth is a sphere?
To make you think you're insignificant.
So, like, what do you think of, like, those pictures?
It's kind of cooler to understand that you're part of the entire universe and that you're part of the universe trying to understand the rest of the universe. But that's just my feeling.
You know, where it shows the Earth is curved and it shows that the boat is sunk. Do you think it's just fake or?
No, when you see the boat go that way, it's
Yeah.
just due to perspective. It's like the telephone poles on the highway, why they get smaller within distance. They're not actually getting smaller, they just appear to be getting that way.
Do you think the moon is flat as well? Or do you
Nope,
not believe
that's just the length.
just light?
Yeah, and when you stand on something that you think is a sphere, that doesn't mean those things are spheres. If I go stand in a field of 200 cows, does that make me a cow?
No.
Exactly. When you measure if you're going to lay carpet in your house, you don't measure your ceiling, you measure the floor.
So how do you not drive off the edge of the Earth?
Why do you presume there's an edge?
So it's just infinite.
I don't know. You think space is infinite,
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
but space doesn't exist. It only exists here in your mind.
So everything is just.
It's computer generated. It's a movie.
So we're in a simulation? Is what you're saying?
I have no idea. I have no idea where I live. All I know is it's a plain level. The Earth is level. Like there's hills and valleys. Everybody thinks, well, what do you think we live on a kitchen table? No, it's not a kitchen table. There's hills and valleys, yes. But there's no curvature. The airplanes, when you fly from here to Chile, you're not eventually in the nose of the plane down.
But
You're
isn't
just
that
gonna-
gravitational force though?
No. Gravity doesn't exist. It's just buoyancy and density.
There's a formula for gravity.
Numbers don't provide reality. You can change.
Numbers don't provide reality, but numbers do describe reality. That's why we use numbers. It's a way of easily expressing how fast things are moving or how far they're moving. That's why we use numbers. It's just an easier way of describing it, or a more accurate way of describing it.
Change the numbers for anything. So.
Do you think the state's acting on the moon or no?
Not a chance, no. The moon's just a light. It's not a physical rock or somewhere you can go.
So like someone generated a light? That's shooting. Yeah.
Oh. So this here,
Yeah.
what do you think this is here?
I think it's a planet that NASA's discovered.
To me, it looks like maybe peanut butter and vanilla ice cream mixed together. That's what it looks like.
It doesn't quite look like it.
Maybe taste like it either, but it's no, everything in this magazine and every other magazine is just computer.
fake.
Yeah, it's just computer
You're trying to
generated.
manipulate us.
Yeah, it's just computer generated.
Very interesting.
Exactly. I have actual, here's, and then this, I don't know what that is. This,
Well, yeah, that's definitely
yeah.
fake. So like, do you think that science is just like this made up then, or just
Well,
a waste of
science
time,
is
or-
like actual real science, telling the fire is hot. When water gets cold, it freezes. That's science. But in relation to
And we use numbers to tell how hot it is and how cold it's getting, and how much of a change in temperature there is.
things happening somewhere where we can't go, I have no way of proving it.
So, do you believe in God then? Do you believe in like?
I know
higher-
there's a creator. I feel
And you think the creator is trying to manipulate us then?
No, that would be your government, which I don't agree with.
I believe the government is trying to manipulate us, but I don't know if the Earth is flat or it's basically a cartoon.
Well, I can.
About governments manipulating reality. Yes, they do. Some governments are worse at it than others. Some of them are located in different countries, very close to here. But yeah, governments do manipulate things, like any other organization.
There's studies about the Earth not being flat. Like, if you go high enough up, there's a curvature.
There's 30 people
No, you
watching.
You want to see the firmament? That's the firmament. There's a dome above it.
The firmament?
Yeah, you see, these aren't even stars. This here is a star here. I've recorded this.
Right.
That's a star. This color thing here is a star. This is a firmament.
We've made $9.15.
You want to see something else? I've recorded all.
Dude, at Charles? I just seen at Charles in
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I swear to God.
Yeah, 1 second.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God. Cole, you seen that too, right?
Not sure what. So how did you take that?
This was with my binoculars, and then I hook up my cell phone to drive this, and then I zoom into that, so he was 20 times by the up there.
Do you have like a telescope?
No, I don't
You
use
should get a telescope.
No, I shouldn't. You want to know why?
Why?
Because telescopes record this much of the sky. I don't want to see this much of the sky. I want to see
I want to
this
see a little bit. Actually, it's the opposite because the telescope is bigger. The lenses focus on a smaller area, right?
Yeah.
So it's focusing more light into a
That's the
smaller
star
area.
photo shoot.
So you didn't get to.
Okay, this is good. These people know not to buy Mikey's BS, and to explain how telescopes actually work to them. So it's good that people out on the street know generally what's going on.
Just hanging from the sky, just a
No,
light.
from the firmament.
Betelgeuse is.
I've recorded them. Let me show you these. So here's Polaris. He doesn't want to do it. There's a central star above it. So what do you think's going on there? Why does it look like that?
I think it's probably a planet or a star.
Well, planets
I
don't-
think-
planets don't exist.
That might be like,
I know planets.
wait, so what's like all
How
this
do you know they
cosmos
exist?
satellite?
Because NASA told you they do?
Yeah, because their job is to explore space.
Well, space doesn't exist. They use CGI and green screen technology,
So
okay?
how would they
never
have,
show
how would
you
they
the
have that
fourth
stuff
wall.
like back in the
Yeah.
day though? Like,
Some guys send
before technology.
I don't know. I don't lie to you, so I don't know. You'll have to ask the lie.
Mikey doesn't understand, so he can't lie.
I'm actually suing Canadian Space Agency as we talk.
Really?
Yeah, for conspiring to destroy those things. And I'm going to win hands down because they will not be able to provide proof of the universe.
Good luck with that.
I don't need luck. They do.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Take care, buddy.
I'll get a handshake.
Right on, man. Take care. Nobody wants to learn tonight. They just want to go out, eat ice cream, and get drunk. That's their main purpose in life.
The first part sounds good. I don't drink, so.
Hey, how you doing? The Goldens had nothing. They had blue salt. And that's over. Well, outer space. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I have a star on the back of my billboard there. They are frequencies, they are not. This is a bad picture.
Okay, I'm thinking I've had enough of my Mikey Smith for tonight. But let's see if anything else. Let's see.
Hi.
We'll take a break from Mikey Smith for a while. And we'll go to the Electric Universe. Because Mikey can get a little tiresome at times. Because it's usually the same stuff over and over and over again. 'Cause let's go to the Electric Universe. And the Thunderbolts Project.
Astronomers are surprised. Again? Really? Surprised? In this recent Nature article, a very small star has been described that has a very large planet orbiting, and the two are so very close. According to the...
Well, scientists say they're surprised. It's more like scientists see more work to do. But that's what they're in for. If there wasn't anything new being discovered, scientists wouldn't exist. Their job is to investigate and to explain why things exist in nature.
The self-referential contemporary settled science, this is impossible because gravity can't cause this arrangement to come about. And so a popular press release said, astronomers just found a giant planet that shouldn't exist. Wal Thornhill used to call this science by press release. Why shouldn't exist? Well,
or science by YouTube video. Yeah, the Electric Universe is guilty by that, and they're also guilty of science by their own website.
Well, because no theory of gravity can make such a small system come together in that way.
Well, okay, I haven't looked into this, but one way it could happen is the planet. There could have been drag on the planet by particles in the system that brought the planet closer together. So that could have been one thing. There could have been a number of other processes in the time. So it may not have been formed directly out of a solar nebula, or stellar nebula, but it could be formed, or it could be a captured planet.
So we're going to have to sit through all kinds of going back to the drawing board, so to speak, where all the gravity theories are twiddled and twiddled.
Try Olay for firmer, lifted skin without pricey procedures. Only Olay.
Your spending changes month to month. So the new CIBC Adapt a MasterCard changes with it, automatically adapting to you, earning you more points.
And tried to make this work. Now it's very hard to draw the...
Or we could throw out all of the known laws of gravity and how the universe works, just to adopt your favorite one.
These solar system scales of what this new system looks like. It's very small compared to our solar system. The tiny star has 1/5 the radius of our sun, and the planet going around it is so close that it would be only 1/10 the distance of the planet Mercury to our sun. And this tiny planet goes around the star once every 3 days. This hardly qualifies as what we think of as a solar system. And it reminds me of how in biology, most of the cells in your body are roughly the same size when you compare them to bacteria. Bacteria are very small, about a 50th or 100th the size of your body cells. And if you saw a bunch of other cells that were 1/100th the size of your body cells, you might actually propose that they're different. They are something else. They're a different species, they have different functions, but they somehow live together and in harmony with what you call your cells.
Well, they would be a different species, but the thing is they'd still be living. They would still have some of the same mechanisms like mitochondria or other organelles inside the cell, or DNA or cell boundaries or whatever, they'd still have some similar processes, so they'd still be considered alive.
My point being that there is absolutely no need to force these tiny cosmic systems that we're discovering into the same category as what we're familiar with as a solar system. These tiny systems might be entirely different creatures with entirely different functions and life cycles. So if these small systems cannot form due to the action of gravity, how might they form? Hannes Alfvén, the Nobel Prize winner, father of plasma cosmology, said that gravitational systems are the ashes of prior electrical systems. In other words, electrical forces cause solar systems to form, and once they are formed, the system can hold together through gravity.
There's no evidence of the electrical systems in space, and I think Hans Alfvén actually eventually went to the gravitational collapse. But
if you have electric current flowing through a cosmic plasma, there are many structures that will naturally form. And one of them looks like this.
Again, no evidence has been found of this happening.
These twisted current pairs collect matter and concentrate the matter, the dusty plasma of the interstellar medium, and they even bring the heavy elements, such as iron, into the very center of the rope, while the lighter elements collect at the outer edges, which is exactly what we see in stars and planets. Now, the electrical forces...
No, we see some stars that are more hydrogen rich, and then we see stars like the sun that have a bunch of elements in them, and then we have stars like probably the star that you're mentioning, like red dwarfs and stuff, that have molecules like titanium oxide and stuff in them actually existing in the upper atmospheres of the stars.
Is very well suited to forming such concentrations of matter. And if we go back to our favorite Alice and Bob, though I forget which one is the gravity cosmologist, let's say Alice is. If Alice has a gravity cosmology, she won't be able to understand or explain how this tiny system came about, and she'll have to go back to her drawing board and look at it all again. Whereas Bob, who has an electrical cosmology, he actually, long ago, predicted that we will find all kinds of pairs of stars, pairs of planets, stars and planets, all these, we might say, proto-star systems. So if we go with Bob's plasma cosmology...
binary stars can form by gravity too. They could just form close to each other and be captured, or they could... or smaller clumps of gas could be formed around a larger star. So both can be done by gravitational collapse.
We are not surprised by these tiny systems, although I'm not saying we have all the details worked out. We just have to rethink the model of solar system formation. And yes, there's a lot of work to do here. For example, why would the star pinch off from the rope? Is the rope not a continuous line? And that gets into further instabilities in plasmas, the favorite being the sausage instability, where a flow of electric current through a plasma, it's called an instability, it naturally breaks up into smaller beads. Smaller beads naturally appear in a cosmic current flow.
In a gravitational collapse, it's a lot easier. They just collapse into these objects. You don't need a pinch to pinch them off, or these beads.
Now, these plasma structures are in complete agreement with Maxwell's equations. If you run this setup in a computer, you'll see these structures arise. But the computer gives a very low-resolution, granular result. In these systems in nature, there's trillions and trillions of particles, whereas computers can really only handle still thousands. But
okay, and scientists or computers actually can run simulations to form planets using gravity. Here's the thing, both forces are used in astronomy, but it's not the way that he's claiming it is.
But see, this often happens in physics. There's an observed fact that's in agreement with your theory, but it's extremely difficult to start with the theory and then step by step derive the known result. This is the physics versions of Gödel's idea that every logical system will have true statements that cannot be derived from within the system. Once a generation of brilliant scientists will propose a new model or combine previously established models to create a new field of study for the rest of us. The aforementioned Hannes Alfvén did just that by combining Maxwell's equations with the equations for fluids, giving us magnetohydrodynamics. And that allowed previously intractable electromagnetic problems in space to be solved using known ways of handling fluids. And this opened up decades of further research. However, even the first generation after Alfvén had forgotten his own stern warning that he made, which is that he had done some extreme simplifying assumptions. And no scientist should ever confuse his simplified model with what nature was actually doing. For example, in his simplified model, he had to remove the possibility of stationary electric fields in plasma structures, the most famous being the electrical double layer. And so vehement was the ignorance and the hubris of generations subsequent to Alfvén that if you proposed that we might find electrical double layers around, say, the Earth, you were called stupid and unfit for your post. Even after the satellites went around the Earth and returned the data of the electrical double layers surrounding the Earth, there were still the occasional statements opening up in papers of, since we know there can be no electric fields in space, ... Of course, now geophysicists acknowledge these structures are everywhere, but there is zero apology for squashing the careers and the reputations of all the scientists who first proposed the ideas.
But how are they formed? Are they formed just by electrical currents flowing through space, or are they done through having large masses and spitting dynamos in the center of the planets, creating some of the electric and magnetic fields?
Well, all ranting aside, I'm only trying to point out that an electrical cosmology predicts that we will see all kinds of pairs of objects.
And gravitational forces do the same thing, and are easier.
Which are formed through the action of electrical currents in space, and are now held together as gravitational systems.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna just break it off here again. I'm sorry, but maybe we'll do something a bit later. But have a good day. Bye.